have here a minor issue. You can see the boat is kind of a listing to the other side over there. And when we were waking up in the morning, I was sensing the boat movement was slightly different. So it's not rolling, supporting on the waterline, but supporting on the keel. So what has happened is that because of the strong winds for several days, I wanted to be anchored very close to the shore over there, because wind was coming from there, as close as possible. And I did leave some safety margin in there, but it seems that not quite enough. So that now that the wind has shifted, it's blowing from there ever so slightly, then during the night the boat has rotated around the anchor point. Now the chain is holding quite nice, no problem on that. But I suspect that we are touching the ground or bottom over there. So let's have a look. Yeah, let's see if it comes to the camera, but there's a little bit ground visible. Not from there, but here is really shallow. But how can I grab the boat? Yeah, I did it without splashing. I can see the rudder over there and the keel. It is close, very close, but it's not that. So it's not from the behind. There's like 10 centimeters of water. I can actually see it moving in there. So it has to be then. Oh, can I get there with the one hand? Now there might be too much waves to see. So it has to be touching somewhere in the midship area. Now I'm going to dig out my toy. Yeah, here you can see it quite well. We are clearly on the rocks, we are heeling or listing to the other side. Not very tight because the boat is moving like this, but we are touching somewhere. So what I have here is my investigation kit. I have a boat hook, my endoscope and tape. Let's see what I do. So I tape my endoscope in here and now I'm connecting it to the phone and I have a look inside or downside. Yeah, we are touching bottom at the rear here. So there's a stone reef, seems like, otherwise it is a gravel bottom. And we are touching that ever so slightly. You could see the water light coming under the keel most of the time, but the rear part is attached to the ground. So it will be an easy fix. I just start the engine and they take a little bit forward and we pull the anchor chain off a little bit. Now Finland is easy in that sense that we really don't have a tide. The tide here is just a couple of centimeters. So even that couple of centimeters going up might actually loosen me from here. But I don't think that I even try to clarify that when the high tide is. There's really no tables for that in here. So I just start the engine and we go. But I got an idea. Let's film that. Let's put the camera down there again and film that. Now that was easy. And it was really just softly touching, and it's really nice weather, so wind is not really pushing that much. But now we are floating free and we have adequate space in there. I pulled in the anchor chain a little bit, few meters, that we stay clear. But this kind of an ad hoc tools can help sometimes. So I bought this endoscope when I bought this boat to check the fuel tanks and find diesel bacteria in there, and it was there. And it has helped me to survey the bottom if I have touched the rocks, and now it helped me to understand how tight am I and do I have anything in front of the boat, any rocks in there. So when I start the engine and put the gear on, then I don't want to go into the bigger rock. So, little adventure here. They're nice. Big adventures, sometimes they are not nice, but this was nice. We are going to see the sunrise